Hi, everyone. As we approach NextFlex Innovation Day, I'd like to take a chance to talk with you about technology topics over the last year. In October, we welcomed the fourth NextFlex node in Alabama, led by Auburn University. This node will help NextFlex tap into the strong regional industrial base in the state, as well as work with new members and find new ways of working with current NextFlex members. In October, we also held our Aerospace and Automotive Hybrid Electronics Workshop in Huntsville, Alabama, which was a great opportunity to interact with the industrial base for both of those two industrial sectors. In June, we held our AI for Hybrid Electronics Workshop in conjunction with the TechBlick conference, just as we're holding Innovation Days with TechBlick this year. That was an opportunity to bring the community together, discuss how AI is changing hybrid electronics, how it's accelerating, and how it will impact hybrid electronics in the future. Following that, we instituted a webinar series and have had guest speakers speaking to our membership and the public about AI opportunities for hybrid electronics and how hybrid electronics is beginning to impact AI. Following that, we've begun developing a roadmap for AI and hybrid electronics, looking at how we can accelerate innovation, how we can align the ecosystem around shared priorities, guiding investments and supporting Department of War transitions, identifying high-impact opportunities, supporting workforce development, and de-risking AI adoption for small manufacturers. I strongly encourage all of you with thoughts in this space to get in touch with us and contribute to that roadmap development so that it can reflect all of the opportunities and all of the thinking that the community has in that topic. We've also had a number of project opportunities over the last year. Many of you are aware of the broad other transaction announcement from the Office of the Secretary of War Mantech program. And we've been working with many NextFlex members on proposals into that open call. That continues to be open. We can submit proposals at any time that will be reviewed and evaluated and could be funded through future funding that the department gains access to. Next, there was the Organic Industrial Base Modernization call from the OSW Mantech program. Many of you responded to the RFI that we put out. Some of those RFI responses turned into proposals against the call. Others are working toward broad other transaction announcement proposals, and yet others have led to connections with the Organic Industrial Base and other Department of War partners. NextFlex also took advantage of this, the opportunity of that OIB modernization call, really to focus on directly forming new connections within the organic industrial base that will benefit this community going forward. And so we're very excited to be able to help broaden the network into those spaces, support the department, and of course, support the industrial base in doing so. And then lastly, on the project opportunities, we've launched Project Call 11, the first portion at least, which focuses on installation resiliency and efficiency. That call just closed in the last several days as I'm recording this, and we expect to have those projects selected around the end of July or beginning of August and announced later in the year. We anticipate a second and possibly third portion of Project Call 11 later in 2026, and there'll be more information to come as the calendar year rolls on. Speaking of project calls, the continuing portfolio of projects is strong. We have 19 active projects right now and anticipate at least 3 more by the end of the year out of PC11. We've held about 60 project webinars since last summer, I should say, including webinars that continue at an average pace of 1 or 2 a week. Attending those webinars is a benefit of NextFlex membership, and so any NextFlex members who are not currently receiving the invitations for those webinars can request to be added to the distribution, and we'll be happy to have you join. Finally, I wanted to talk about the scope of the Institute, our technical scope. Most of you know that there's been a steady evolution and growth in our scope since NextFlex was established almost 11 years ago. Originally, we focused on flexible hybrid electronics, really meaning the mechanically flexible devices that we can make using additive manufacturing of electronics technology, or hybrid electronics as we refer to it. From the start, though, the importance of considering all applications of those manufacturing technologies was recognized, and we've worked on other device form factors for the entire duration of the Institute. Whether you call it additively manufactured electronics, or you're focused on structurally integrated electronics, or conformal and conformable devices, or stretchable, or other form factors, they're all inside of what we are working on at the Institute. We now typically refer to hybrid electronics when we're speaking of the technology, unless we're emphasizing a particular characteristic. As we look to the future, there are significant opportunities to support the U.S. electronics manufacturing more broadly. We've already stepped into this role and will continue to do so. in areas like printed circuit board manufacturing and assembly, electronics repair, and system integration. Heading into Innovation Day, I look forward to seeing many of you there and at the TechBlit conference. We have a great array of keynote speakers from the Department of War, from industry, and our education and workforce development subject matter experts. We have sessions focused on innovation built to scale, delivering impact across markets and missions, and AI for hybrid electronics, and finally, hybrid electronics for unmanned systems, which is a huge opportunity space. Look forward to seeing all of you there.